guys. Today is an exciting day because just like we learned to multiply decimals, today we are going to learn how to divide decimals, which if you can multiply them, you can divide them. And if you know how to divide, which you do, dividing decimals will be kind of fun for you. So the first example that I put up for you guys is 16 and 8/10 divided by 12. So right away you're kind of thinking, what should your answer be about? So you know that if you were to round 17 divided by 12, you know it's going to be greater than 1, but not too much greater, okay? So just like you can use multiplication for division, you can use multiplication for dividing decimals. So I want you guys I started off the multiplying decimals unit like this. I want you guys to think for a second about 168 divided by 12. So I'm actually going to take this number right here and I'm going to make it 10 times greater. And without further ado, let's do it. So just a reminder, when you're using multiplication to help you with division, you want to try to figure out 12 times what equals 168. So you want to get to a nice landmark number that's easy to use. I know a lot of you are thinking, start with 10. And we know 12 times 10 is 120. That's great. Why not? So we'll start with 12 times 10, which equals 120. Okay? So now I just want to quickly look. 168 minus 120 is 48, which is great because you all, as mathematicians, know fluently that 12 times 4 is 48. Okay? So your answer is right here, which is 14. Now, we know 168 divided by 12 is 14, but wait a second, the original problem is 16.8, or 16 and 8/10 divided by 12. So now we need to figure out how can we use our quotient here to figure out what our quotient here would be. We know that with powers of 10 and making things 10 times greater, 10 times less, we know that we made this number here, the dividend, we made it 10 times greater to help us. So we're actually going to make our quotient 10 times smaller. So our quotient, if we're thinking, how can we make 14 10 times smaller? Your answer is going to be 1.4, oops, let me just that, or 1 4/10, okay? And remember when we were thinking as mathematicians what would be a reasonable estimate, we did say it was going to be about 1, but a little bit over. And we know that 1 4/10 is a little bit over 1. So that is your work for today. I really want to give you guys some problems to try. And again, know that you can, it's not ignoring the decimal point. You can basically manipulate numbers to make them 10 times greater or 10 times smaller to help you solve. And then you can figure out at the end, well, now where does this decimal point go based on if we made it greater or smaller. So we did manipulate numbers here. We were just thinking, oh, well, it's a little bit easier to make a 16.8 10 times greater. But now I actually have to remember to go back and make it 10 times smaller, which we did. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys just a few problems to try out today. And I look forward to seeing your work. Okay?